Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Dietitian Jackie, and today we are talking about those pesky little suckers, cravings. Yes, cravings. If you are on the craving train, you are going to want to listen to this. Years ago, I struggled with cravings so bad because I was in this vicious cycle of starving myself, binging, and I didn't realize that the reason why I was binging so much and the cravings were coming on was going to be one of our steps that we're going to talk about today. So today we're going to talk about 5 simple ways that you can stop cravings in their tracks. So let's get into it. So I think you're going to be surprised to learn that these 5 simple steps have absolutely nothing to do with dieting or restriction, like zero, okay? So step one, you may not be eating enough fiber. Oh yes, my friends, eating enough fiber is going to help keep you fuller. It adds more volume to your meal, so you're going to feel like you're eating a lot more food. And what fiber is it is a non-digestible carbohydrate. So our body doesn't break this down into energy like it would a carbohydrate. So fiber travels through our digestive tract undigested, okay? So that does a lot for our stool. It helps to add bulk, can help us to stay regular. That's a little TMI, sorry, but this is a nutrition channel, so it's kind of part of the conversation, right? So filling up on fiber has lots of benefits. It can help control cholesterol, but here we're talking about how it affects fat loss or weight loss, right? And so since it can keep us fuller for longer, we can naturally just eat less calories over time because we're feeling a lot more full. And so the other thing that fiber can actually help to do is reduce our cravings for sugar. So what's the goal here? The goal here is to eat around 25 to 30 grams of fiber every single day. We can find it in fresh fruits. We can find it in dried fruits like prunes. We can find it in raisins. But some of my favorite sources are going to be raspberries. I love getting fiber from lentils, avocado. So fresh fruits and vegetables, beans, legumes are also our whole grains. So things like quinoa, wild rice, seeds, you can find it in chia seeds. So fiber is available in so many awesome foods. So that's step one. Make sure that you're hitting 25 to 30 grams of fiber every single day. Number 2, are you eating enough protein? If you're not eating enough protein, are you even on a fat loss journey? That is the question here. So protein is such a critical piece of fat loss. It helps us to stay fuller for longer. And it is one of those macronutrients that tends to be difficult to overeat. Not that you can't, but we tend to feel fuller kind of faster eating protein. So a good rule of thumb for women is to aim in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 ounces of good quality protein at each meal. So that might look like 4 to 6 ounces of turkey or chicken or fish. And eggs, you wouldn't really weigh your eggs, but eggs are obviously a good source of protein. But for eggs, let's say at breakfast, I would recommend probably like 3 eggs or maybe like a cup of egg whites if that's more your jam. Either way, you want to get at least, I would say, 25 to 35 grams of protein at each meal, as well as also kind of a good range to start with. Just remember that protein is going to be calculated based on your particular goals, where you are in your journey, how much weight you have to lose. So that's something that I do calculate for my clients during our own, one-to-one session. So if that's something you're interested in, you can get information down below in the description. But the point that I want to drive home here is protein is your friend when it comes to fat loss. So don't leave it off the plate. If you're just getting started, a good goal is to make sure that you're aiming for that good source of quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's a really, really good place to start. Also, just kind of a sidebar note here. If you haven't already downloaded my free guide, that's my free gift to you. It's my Crush Your Protein Goals for Fat Loss guide. It's an awesome guide that gives you 3 meal plans as examples. I have lists of protein foods, the portion alongside with the amount of protein that you get, also how to calculate your protein goals. So it's a really great starter guide. It's free, also in the description, so don't forget to download that. All right, number 3 here is all about the water. Stay hydrated. Now, you can stay hydrated with other fluid sources. If you're not a fan of water, we can add some flavor to this by adding cucumber or ginger, orange slices, that kind of jam. But if you're not into that, seltzer water works great as well. Even unsweetened iced tea works really great. The point is that if you are dehydrated, then your body can create or signal a false sense of hunger. And that's what we don't want. So if you're also feeling like you have a lot of cravings on board and just doesn't really make sense, then check your hydration. Start drinking a little bit of extra water. Make sure that you're meeting your basic needs here, okay? I'm not saying you have to dive into the Atlantic Ocean, but you really need to at least use the rule of thumb of around half your body weight in ounces. Now, if you do that calculation, you're like, holy cow, am I supposed to drink so much water? It may be a lot more than you're used to. So start by adding in just an extra 8 ounces of water each day until you reach that level, or you reach a level that you're comfortable with, right? You want to make sure that you're being careful with adding in water, because adding in too fast, you can get a little nauseous or lightheaded. So we want to avoid that. So just ease into it, okay? Nice and steady, but just make sure that you're staying well hydrated. Is your urine clear? Okay, that's usually a good indication that you're at least well hydrated. All right, this next one is step 4, and perhaps my absolute favorite: don't skip meals. In fact, it really should have been number 1. Duh. But anyway, the reason why this one is so important is because this was like my go-to move back in the day. Now, back in the day, I was really wanting to reduce my body fat and be really fit, but I was so misinformed, okay? And so the only thing that skipping meals did for me was send me into a vicious cycle of binging, which kind of defeated the whole purpose of skipping the meal to begin with. So what did that end up giving me? Pretty much being what's known as skinny fat. So skinny fat is when and I don't mean it to be like a negative term. It's just really what the term means is that you have more body fat than you do lean muscle mass. And while you appear to be at a normal or healthy weight, you're actually inside not really that healthy or fit. And so that's what ended up happening with me. And really it was a result of this cycle of starving myself, then binging because I was so hungry and getting those cravings. And so how do we stop that? Schedule regular meal times. So have a breakfast, have a lunch, have a dinner. If you're feeling hungry, eat, okay? Don't, starve yourself just in vain of feeling like, oh, well, I can't eat because I have to lose weight. If your body is telling you that it's starving, you're likely under eating to begin with. So that's something that you may also want to work with a registered dietitian on, is if you can't figure out where your diet or where your lifestyle is breaking down, then it's worth having a professional look at it. And now let's land this plane. Last but not least, find out what's eating at you. Unmanaged stress, worry, and anxiety does in fact contribute to our food choices, and vice versa. So if you're making really good food choices and good lifestyle choices, it affects our mental health as well. So if the reverse is happening with you, then think about what you can do to begin to take some steps to manage your stress or your anxiety. So for some of my clients, I like to recommend journaling. Others like to recommend meditation or prayer. It depends on where you are and what resonates with you. There's no right or wrong. Talking to a friend. If something feels really, really heavy, getting professional help, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's some of the best ways to manage stress, anxiety, and worry is by talking to someone who's non-biased, really is just offering you an ear and some really conscientious advice, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed my 5 tips to start getting a handle on your cravings for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helps to support me and to bring you more awesome content around nutrition, health, wellness, and living your best life. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.